So he's in Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Almost. It's 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
All right, welcome everyone. We're here at day 15. We're at the halfway point of the 30 days of AI. I'm excited. Today we're going to actually build some real stuff, which is great. Not that we haven't before, but we're actually building something now instead of just prompting AI. So let's get started with day 15 and welcome everyone. All right. So what do we got? Day 15. I already looked over this. I didn't actually do anything yet, but I did look over it just to see what it was. All right, so we're doing a first AI employee. We've done quite a bit so far. I like this, that we have a nice little recap of what happened. We did a little bit of CRISP. We did some fun stuff with Notebook LM, which I actually have a bunch of ideas of stuff that I'm going to do with Notebook LM now. My own custom GPT, which I do use every single day. Mini project, Chat GPT, Canvas. So a lot of fun stuff. All right, and it's only been 2 weeks so far. So this week it's all about AI agents. So actual employees, AI employees. They wake up, look at the web for us, summarize it, and deliver it to our Slack or inbox before our coffee's ready. No reminders, no prompts, just runs. All right, here we go. So we're at week 3. So it looks like we're going to be doing AI agents for about a week and then do some prototyping at the end. All right. How likely am I to recommend? I don't know. I'm recommending it to everyone here, so probably pretty good. All right. Let's start building. All right. Is anybody building with me today? Is doing it live?
Just finishing. Yeah.
Can watch? Okay. All right. 100 school. What do we got? Let's close this out. All right. Day 5. Let's go. Everybody gets an AI agent. All right. Today we're going to peek into the future by building our own. Peek into the future. What are we, Tiago? All right. By building your own micro AI employee. This employee wakes up every morning, does research, and delivers it straight to our inbox, all while we sleep. All right, the tools we're going to be using is Zapier. And by the end of this session, we'll have a shareable output. So a Zapier agent that runs on autopilot, checking the web for updates and sending them straight to you. What are some of our notes? Here's the basic anatomy of an AI agent. So there's a trigger when the agent wakes up, so like when something happens. So there needs to be a trigger, of course. The actions, what it needs to take, so what it's going to do. And then the memory, what it remembers from the past so it can improve over time. That's the key here. So that's nice. Okay. Awesome. Let's get going. So spotlight. AI first professionals use judgment in choosing the right tasks for the right agents. Ethan Malik, if you don't know who he is, he's very, very popular with AI. I highly suggest you follow him. For I think like LinkedIn and Twitter, like basically anything, I would follow him. All right, real agents and real work. Let's see here. Agents are here, they do real work. It's limited. But the same technology can replicate academic papers in minutes, 17 versions of a PowerPoint deck that nobody needs. True. The difference between these futures isn't in the AI, it's in how we choose to use it. By using our judgment and deciding what's worth doing, not just what can be done. So, yeah, I think that's a quote from Jurassic Park. Not whether we should clone dinosaurs, but whether, or not whether we can clone dinosaurs, but whether we should. That's, yeah, that's a movie quote. Pretty much the same thing. All right, let's commit. Let's get going. We ready to commit?
Yes.
I'm committing. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. All right, reaffirm.
Terminators.
We've built the foundations. We've done that for over the last 2 weeks. If you haven't seen the videos, I do have a video for every single one. It's in the classroom, so you can see every single day. I didn't do the notes, so I didn't do Fathom, so there's not the recap notes on all of them. I just started that recently. All right, so over the last 2 weeks, we've done a lot. I will commit to showing up for the last 15 days. I will give 30 minutes each day, but you see how it doesn't say I will give 30 minutes each consecutive day. So it's okay if you take a break. Max isn't going to be mad, I promise. All right, but I'm doing it every day, but that's just me. I'm weird. Consistency matters more. I commit to investing in my growth. That's me. I'm going to do this. I did like this, the first one. The first time he did this, when you let go, it counted down. So it went up and then it went down. So it doesn't do that anymore. It just stops. All right. We'll commit. We're good. Let's go. Okay. Is anyone doing this with me? Is anyone actually building, going in Zapier and doing this?
I'm watching you do it.
Just watching.
Well,
All right.
I already did it.
You've already did
I'm
it?
watching it too.
You're watching too. Okay. All right. So there was that, Beth. You said you already did it?
Yes.
Nice. Excellent. You must have been up early, even earlier than me. All right. So what can agents actually do? I want to hear about what you did, Beth, here in a minute. All right. First things first. What on earth is an AI agent and how is it different from an AI assistant? Let's look at it this way. Assistants give you a map. Agents book the trip. Okay. I guess that makes it pretty simple. All right. A mental model. Agents are reactive. You ask, they point you in the right direction. Or assistants are reactive. AI agents are proactive. We give them a destination. They handle the flights, hotel, and rental car. Imagine you want to visit South Africa. With an assistant, you say, how do I get there? With an agent, you say, take me to South Africa. It buys the ticket, reserves a hotel, and sets up your itinerary. Speaking of going international, I did buy my Fiji ticket last night. So I am officially going to Fiji for an AI mastermind. Some of the people are in this group. I don't know, Tiago, if you're going or not, but I am officially going. Ticket purchased at the beginning of
booked the
December.
accommodation, haven't booked the flights yet.
You haven't booked the flight yet? Okay, awesome. So I will see you there.
Yeah.
Awesome, very cool. All right.
Now he's a time traveler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the future when I go to Fiji. All right. AI agents can read our calendar, summarize our messages, draft a message, send a Slack or an email. All right, here are some agents people are already using. Marketing. So what are we doing for marketing? Monitor competitor websites and alert you when things change. Nice. So new pricing or any changes, maybe new features or functionality from a competitor. Track mentions of your brand across the web. Google actually does a pretty good job of this. I don't know if we need an AI agent, but I have Google search for a lot of things, and I'll get an email every once in a while with, hey, we found this keyword that I'm looking for. Generate weekly content, idea topics based off of trends. All right, so what are the new trends? Sales agents qualify leads automatically from form submissions. This is actually really good with Lindy. If you guys haven't heard of Lindy.ai, they just did an upgrade, kind of like a personal assistant, but they do some good stuff. So like when you get an email, it could, from a prospect or somebody that fills out a form, Lindy can run that through like the gambit, like run it through Perplexity and Google and a whole bunch of stuff and bring you back specific information about that person, like their job, their title, if that's what you're looking for. So Lindy would be something worth looking at if this is something that you're interested in. Not that, Max isn't going to tell us how to do that, but Lindy is good because I've done Max's 14 days of AI agents. So a little ahead on that one. All right, update our CRM with that information, send personalized follow-up based on prospect behavior, absolutely, and personal productivity. Summarize our unread emails every morning, that would save time, track news about topics, or compile weekly reports. All right, so this gives us some ideas of what we can do. So let's see our daily research agent. Today we're going to build an agent that wakes up at 9 a.m. That's late. It's lazy agent. Searches the web for news, uses AI to summarize findings, send us a clean briefing in Slack or email. Follow the steps, and we'll have an agent working faster than you can make a cup of coffee. All right. So first thing is the setup. It's best to do this exercise with our personal account versus our business. If you want to connect any company tools, just double check with your team first. Good recommendation. So first thing, go to Zapier, create a free account or log in. On the left, click agents, click new agent, start from scratch. All right, well, I am already in Zapier here. Now I am on the paid account. I think you can still do this with the free account, or if you sign up for a free account, you get 30 days free. But I am on the $20 paid account because I do a couple things that I need to be on the paid account for. So let's go to agents. The one thing I do like about Zapier is when it automatically expands this when you hover over it. Not everything does. So let's open up agents. New agents, start from scratch. All right, what's happening? We're opening up the agent builder, which uses AI to create the workflows. Unlike traditional automation where you manually wire each setup, this builder understands plain English instructions. All right, so here's a couple agents that I have already. Let's just do a new agent. And what do we want it to do? All right, in the chat box, paste this prompt or adapt it. Fill out this with Slack channel or email. Build me an agent that searches the web at 9 a.m. every morning. Let's do an email. Okay, nothing to my, and I already have my email address set up. Email. Okay, so build an agent that searches the web at 9 a.m. We're going to do 5 a.m. because 9 a.m. is way too late. It returns a summarized version, summarized. Oh, funny. Okay. Version of any news about OpenAI or Anthropic from the last 24 hours. If there is no news, just send nothing to report to my email. So I still see that it's working. I'm assuming that's why he wants to do this. So we know that the automation is working, but it's not actually doing anything. So any news. Okay. Anthropic. Okay. If there's no news, all right. So let's see here. Let's start building. What's it doing? All right. So it's thinking. So this is different. This is even new as of the last year. It didn't have this much. Beth, while this is building, did you build this one or did you do something else? Did you edit it a little bit?
I edited mine a little bit so it was relevant for my business.
Okay, awesome. Did you still do news or something different? Oh, there we go. Hello. Is that your grandson?
It is.
Nice.
I did it for news updates for kinship caregivers.
Okay, perfect. That makes more sense in your situation, like you said. All right, but look at all this. Look at everything that it's doing here. And yeah, this is all stuff that you had to do manual before. Schedule by Zap every day. Send an email. I already have my email hooked up, so that might have saved a little bit of time. And you have to validate. You have to go through all that stuff. So it might be a little bit slower if you don't have Zapier yet.
So,
all right.
So the Zapier, you get 400 activities a month for the free, and each day with the news updates, it's 4 activities.
Okay. All right. Nice. So that's, well, if this is the only one that you use, you will not use up your total amount. Okay, here we go. 0 out of 400. Oh, free plan. There we go. Activities. Perfect. All right. So trigger every day at 5 a.m. connected to my Gmail account. So there's my Gmail email address. Search the web for OpenAI news. Search target. Okay. Test agent. Wow, this is fast. All right. Are we getting ahead of ourselves here? Okay. Hit enter and let that generate the workflow. All right. Other examples. Yeah, so here are other ones. Search for AI developments, monitor tech news, find marketing trends, and summarize them in a Slack. What's happening? Zapier is reading our request, setting up a trigger, configuring a web search, adding AI summarization, and connecting to our delivery channel. It's doing this in seconds, what would normally take 20 minutes. And I can absolutely agree with that because all of those triggers and all of those steps that we just saw earlier, I did build those out manually before, and I'm sure other people have as well. Anyone else here done Zapier the old way?
No, thank goodness.
Never
Yeah,
used
I
that
had
before.
eggheads that did stuff like that.
Nice.
Like you.
Yes. All right. So connect your account. I've already connected my email, so it looks like it saves. Click create. Choose the Slack channel. If it's Slack, let the AI generate. Okay. So what do we got here? So instructions to follow. So search the web for news articles about OpenAI for the last 24 hours and about Anthropic. If any relevant news are, there's always relevant news articles. AI is moving so fast. Summarize the key points and put it in a briefing. If nothing is found, nothing to report. Send an email with a news summary, nothing to report. Email, send email address. I guess this is where I would configure if I want to. Final goal. So I do like how it breaks this down very easy. Deliver a daily email at 5 a.m. with a summarized briefing, nothing to report. All right. And then here is exactly what it'll do. Google search, agent preview. Here's an email. So, okay, so October 2nd, so that's today. So OpenAI reaches 500 billion. What a small company. CEO, yep. I did hear that he only makes like 60 grand a year or something, but we know how that works with CEOs. And Anthropic Enterprise, okay, so a little bit about Anthropic, recent context. So it does go back 3 days. So it doesn't only look at the last 24 hours. So it is not doing exactly what we're telling it to do. It's taking a little bit of context and doing a little bit more. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess it depends on the situation. It could be good or bad, depending on exactly what you want. Now, I'm assuming if I didn't want this, I could just tell it probably through the Copilot, only give me the last 24 hours. Do not give me any previous updates. If I wanted to do that, I'm assuming that would work, but we'll just leave it as is with the past 3 days, because that's good to know about their new 4.5. Has anyone played around with 4.5 yet? I haven't had a chance, but the milestones all look really good. All right, key takeaways. Generated at 6:17, yeah. All right, here's a preview. All right, cool. So we ask for your permission before taking actions only when you're testing. All right, I like this. Let's make sure that we're not jumping ahead or doing anything weird. Test the trigger. Yep, we did that. Select an option. Okay, test agent. Bounce around here a little bit. There we go. AI news briefing. Schedule the zap. Looks like it's running through. Did yours work the first time, Beth? Did you actually get it to work with no major issues?
It worked the first time.
Awesome. Very cool. Generating email. Okay. How does it look? Good. Approve. Action in progress. Sending email. Looks like it's working. Action complete. All right. Then it looks like it's telling us exactly what it did as well. Hold on, what's this? So approved action complete. Here's what I accomplished. Okay, so it's telling me over here kind of what it did. The email was sent with a well-structured briefing. Is this what you expected? All right. Let's check my email and see if we got it yet. Maybe I got 2. All right. All right, there's more. Let's see here. What else while we're waiting for my email to open? Okay, so we didn't have to do this because we set the time initially. Sometimes you'll see the red warning. Yeah, we didn't have to do that. If the time isn't already set, we did that. Okay, got it.
For mine,
And
for
yours
mine,
did?
yeah. So I have to set up the time.
Okay, all right. Because mine was worked out, or I didn't have to do that. All right, and here's the email. I did get the email already, so this is the test email. So I got it. Here we go. Daily news briefing. So this is what it looks like. Major developments. This is pretty cool. So it's like my own custom newsletter that I get every day. So instead of opening other people's newsletters with ads, I can create my own custom newsletter to do exactly what I want. Copyright law, market impact. This is cool. This will help. It's definitely good for industry specific news of what's going on. Keep us up to date, competitors, things like that. That's awesome.
Hey, Dan, I have a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want, if we were curious about the source of some of that information that's reported there, I wonder if there's any way to dig in and validate where it came from.
You know, I'm sure we could probably tell it to bring back the sources here. So like what it came up with. So we could probably say, you know, something, yeah, that could be a part of it. It's like, look at this, bring back links of how you got this information, or bring back specific articles of where this came from.
Yeah, that might be useful.
Better than just trusting. So again, this is trusting AI and using that AI or that human in the loop, or at least understanding where it came up with, just so it doesn't make up information. It's absolutely a valid point.
I bet also you're specific when you say links.
Mhm.
Instead of asking it for sources, say links, not sources. Because if you say source, I guess it'll be a link no matter what, right? Like if it just says the word, you know, where the source is, but not hyperlink, then you'd have
Yeah,
to.
like New York Times. You know,
Yeah.
like OpenAI resurrect, you know, / New York Times, but maybe not the exact article. So we would want a hyperlink to that article
Right.
to get that news source or to get the actual source that way. Yep, absolutely. I think that probably would be better, like being more specific instead of the source asking the link. I think you're absolutely correct. Forget to turn this on. Yep, that would help because again, with AI, we don't know if this is exactly correct. Or what if we did want to dig a little further into this? Like, oh, okay, this is illegal. Okay, I want to read more about this. Like, how do I do that? So instead of going over to Google and searching, or search in a different tool, I could just click that article and do it that way. That would be a way to improve it. Absolutely, I love it, and that's why we're doing this together. All right, cool. Thank you. All right, so let's hear. So agent preview finished setup, approve. So did we approve? Agent preview, we approved, everything is good. Improve with Copilot. We're gonna turn it on. So, and that's how we would enable it. Okay, we did already improve it. So for Slack, we didn't test the Slack channel, but we could do that as well. What this does, searches the web. Okay, just a recap. Other options, under configure, you can adjust the settings anytime. Yep, so this is where we could add that. Let's see here. And we got about 6 minutes left. So yeah, so it looks like under configure, that's where we would add that. So we could probably Copilot it. Chat with Copilot. Let's just say, all right, so can you bring back links to the articles that give you the info you gave to me? All right, let's just see what it says. I do like that better. That's a way to improve it. All right, we'll give that a second while we run. So under activity, you'll see a log of everything your agent has done. That is helpful for troubleshooting. I have used that before with other agents. All right, try improving the summary style. Here we go. Perfect. Under 500 words, add relevant articles that might be important for source data. So improve it. So don't just take the first output that you got, AI sandwich. We talk a lot about that. I automated my news with Zapier agent, so it arrives every morning. Look at that. Today she roasted OpenAI Anthropic about the pissing contest they locked in. Oh, that's funny. You can make things for fun. All right, turn it on. There we go. Excellent. So let's go back. Let's see what it said about this. So filled out instructions. I'll update to include the links to the source articles, news summary, source links, fallback with no news is found. Okay. Sources. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's test that. Then I think we'll be done for the day. It's a great suggestion, Frank. That's why I like doing this together. More brains are better than just myself. I'm not that smart. I just figure stuff out and play with it until I figure it out. All right. Copilot's always here. Yep. Thanks, Copilot. All right. So what's it doing? Did it run as expected? Agent preview. So let's test that one again. See if it'll bring back the articles, and then we should be all done for the day. That's it. We'll turn it on. We've deployed our first AI employee without remembering. It's not autonomous. It works while we sleep, eat breakfast. So how many other things can we do? How many updates can we get that are important to us? Okay, so it's still doing this. Let's finish this up. Other agents. Oh, here we go. So even more ideas. We'll let that build. the content idea generator. Every day, search for trending topics. Creates 10 content ideas. All right, what do I want to post on social media today? What's relevant in the news? Here we go. Here's an AI agent for that. The lead qualifier, and someone fills out your form, look them up, their company in LinkedIn, suggest the lead quality. Oh, we could have like even lead scoring. So I know I use HubSpot, or I used to use HubSpot a lot. I still use HubSpot a little bit, and they do have lead scoring. So we could create our own custom lead scoring without having to use HubSpot. The meeting prep agent, search for relevant news, creates an AI briefing for our meetings. The price monitor, look at competitor prices. Or the weekly roundup, every day on the weekend, pull from my different tools that I do on Connect to Zapier and email it to the team. Nice. Common issues. Okay, that helps. I get a red warning. Click on the trigger. Click save. Okay, so this is probably what happened to a couple of you guys where you had to choose the trigger, the time. The results are garbage. Add filter dates or publish today. I'm running out of activities. Okay, here we go. You get 400 free a month. Each agent uses 4. Run once daily. Okay. So you can run a couple for free. The summary is too long. Reprompt it. Give it an exact output that you want. So if you don't like the output, tell it what output you want. Do bullet points, stuff like that. All right, awesome. Share your work. The team is having fun. There we go. Nice. Steffi's AI agent. What are we sharing? Awesome. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at what this new agent identified with the links. All right, so it looks like daily briefings, financial metrics. So it's adding it. I think the links are going to be at the bottom. Okay, source articles. There we go. So it lists it at the bottom. Now I'm assuming I could tell it to do that. So it's giving me the data up front without the links to kind of keep the clutter out of the way. But if I wanted the links probably to be next to the article and then have the link right here, I'm assuming I could tell it to do that, but it's not doing it that way. Sora app launches alongside Sora 2, concerns. So this is a totally different, like this is a very different format and different information than last time. And all we did was to change the source articles. So was the first one made up a little bit? I don't know. We don't have time to look into it, but we could, or we should if this was something serious that we wanted to pay attention to. All right. I do like how it's a little bit different and it's a little bit more detailed. You see there's a lot more percentages, like very specific things. And that probably came from the actual articles. So I do like this more to get more ideas and to give me hyperlinks if I want to dig deeper. All right. Excellent. That is good for today. So I'm going to share this as well. 2 minutes passed. Hope everyone's okay. If you had to leave, no worries. All right. So what do you guys think? Before we finish up, what do you guys think about the AI agent?
This is very cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I like
It's
it.
come a long way for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we could definitely have a bunch of ideas, bunch of different things. I'm trying to think of like a couple of things that I was into. Like a lot of people that I work with are into football because it's football right now. Ruse, I know you are. Unfortunately, I have no time to pay attention to sports. So if I wanted to be in the loop and, talk about that stuff, maybe I could ask for like a briefing, like every Monday morning at, 8 a.m. before workday starts or something, give me the highlights of what happened. So just I could talk to my coworkers that are super into football or even movies. Like I love movies. So same thing. What do you guys think? Any ideas, outside ideas?
Yeah, load up all my fantasy football competitors in here and have it tell me what players do I need to pick or what lineup do I need to go with to ensure victory.
There you go. So use AI to help you with fantasy football. Why not? It's smarter if it looks at the right data. It could definitely be smarter. It knows all the news articles. That's awesome. All
That's
right.
if you're like in a paid, like if there's money at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah. Is that cheating though? Is that ethical? Is that cheating?
I don't know. What are you, the police, Dan?
Yeah. Hey, I'm just
Are you
saying.
the fantasy police over there?
Maybe. I don't know. Either way, awesome. Well, excellent. Thank you, everyone. I'll drop this in here. I want to see your AI agents too. Like, tell me what you build. I'll post, today's in the school community. I'll post it. Just let me know what you guys build. Let's learn from each other and see, what we can do. Tiago, you might build something really cool that I didn't even think of. It's like, I want to do that. And we get a whole bunch for free on this plan. So excellent. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic
Thank you.
Thursday. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
All
Bye,
right.
Dan.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.